Hi, everybody, and a big shout out to the Wendell Live community. Thanks for stopping by. This week, I thought I'd try something different. You know, you've all been asking me various questions about how did I get started in YouTube and how long have I been singing and all these different questions regarding my YouTube life, so to speak. So I thought I'd take some time and put a video together and answer some of those questions you've been asking me. And in addition, I thought I'd take you around and show you around the place a little bit. So you ready? Let's get into it. I'm up in Maine this week. I've been coming up here for over 30 years now. And this is Thomas Pond. This is where I visit when I come up. It's a beautiful place, a great place to relax. You know, back in 2017, I'd just taken a hiatus from a band and was missing singing. I'd missed performing for folks. And so I said, I wonder if I could do this YouTube. I wonder what it would be like if I did a video for YouTube and just sang on YouTube once and see how it went. So I started that. But it was also because I wanted to learn what YouTube was all about. I also wanted to learn, how do you do this? How do you edit a video? How do you make the audio better? You know, those types of things. So the production part of it, I was really curious about it. So I did my first video, as I said, back in 2017, the end of 2017. It was just me standing in front of a microphone singing, and the song was Chicago, Does Anybody Really Know What Time It Is? And I enjoyed that. Probably over the next 6 to 10 months or so, I probably did just a handful of videos. And after that, it started picking up. But from the beginning, I wanted to do two things. One, I wanted to be more than just some random guy standing in front of the camera singing. You know, there's so many artists out there, and they'll play their guitar, or they'll be a soloist, and they'll just sing in front of the camera. And I wanted to try to entertain. I wanted to make it something different. And so that's why I put videos together. And I came up with a tagline, music videos to make you smile. Because it was just intended to have fun and make everybody smile. But it was just another venue for me. I first started off as I wanted to learn how to do it, because I love the learning part. I love the understanding the production. But I will admit to you, that after I've gotten into it, I still like the production part, but it's been fun to put together the stories and put together the videos and try to be entertaining just standing in front of a green screen. This is Portland Headlight. This is the oldest lighthouse in Portland. It's a beautiful place. They have a little park here. They have a gift shop you can go to. Just one of my favorite places to stop by and see the ocean. You know, every one of my songs is a cover of some popular song. And every song I get, almost every song, I bet you there's a handful, but every song I get a copyright claim. Not a copyright strike, but a copyright claim. And so YouTube has an agreement with the publishers. They've come into an agreement where YouTube pays a certain amount of money every year to the publishers so that they can have people do these types of covers or use the songs on their videos. So do I get a copyright strike? No, but I do get a copyright claim, which basically says the material you're using belongs to somebody else, and any money you make from this video, any advertising money, etc., will go to the person who actually owns the music. So I get a copyright claim, but I don't get a copyright strike. So for some people that would be bad because they're trying to make money, and I've never been trying to make money on this. It's always been about entertainment. It's always been about my fun just singing, and it's also been always been about trying to learn more. So yeah, I get a copyright claim on almost every song I do. Getting used to it now. Just down the way from the Lighthouse is the Lobster Shack restaurant. You know, it's one of those traditional places where you can get your clam boat, your shrimp boat, your lobster roll, and, well, some of the best chowder you'll ever find. After you get your meal, come on outside, sit at one of the picnic tables, and, well, just enjoy the view. You got a great view of the ocean. You got yourself a great traditional meal. A nice way to relax, spend the afternoon. karaoke is a group activity. As a matter of fact, it's an activity that was first invented, if that's the right word, in Japan. And in Japan, they actually have karaoke rooms where you can go in with a group of people and rent the room for the evening and drink and party all night singing karaoke. Nobody cares how good you are. As a matter of fact, it's the bad people that are having the most fun usually. And it's intended to be a group fun activity. What I'm doing is I'm singing to backing tracks. I'm a vocal artist, been around for a long time being a vocal artist, singing to backing tracks, trying to entertain you, which is a little different than karaoke. If a guitarist is using a drum machine or uses a bass machine to drop a bass line, nobody says, oh, he's doing karaoke. Oh, he's doing a song with a backing track or with a drum machine. That's the same thing I'm doing, because my vocal cords are in essence my instrument. So that's the instrument that I'm using. So no, it's not really karaoke that I'm doing. Karaoke is more of an entertaining group activity where I'm trying to provide entertainment for an audience. Another thing that's fun to do while we're in Maine is to take a wine cruise. You get some wine, they give you a little bit of snack to eat, and a little information on the wines. It's a lot of fun. You get out on the bay, visit with some people, get a great view, and, well, you never know what's going to show up or pass by. I do all types of music. I sing country, I'll sing rock music, I'll sing soft rock, I'll sing yacht rock. Hopefully you watched the Yacht Rock show, so you know what yacht rock is all about now. So I'll do almost any type of music. If I can find a backing track for a song, I'll try it. And as a matter of fact, I've learned a lot of new songs because people have suggested to me, hey, why don't you try this song? So if you got a request, put it down in comments. Put it in the comments. Let me know what songs you'd like to hear. If I can find a backing track, I'll try to do it for you. Sometimes it's hard for me to do requests on a live stream if it's not already in my repertoire, so to speak, because I have to go find the backing track for it. But yes, I do requests, so let me know. What do you want to hear? Just a couple miles from our cottage is the Mosquito. It's the local ice cream place. It's got all the flavors that you would expect. And well, it's really worth the trip. So back in the early 2000s, I believe it was, I took a group of people that worked for me to Nashville for a management meeting. And one night we decided to go down to Broadway, which is the tourist area down in Nashville. And we stopped in one of the bars, and I don't remember which one it was, but it wasn't Tootsie's, but it was close by to Tootsie's. I do remember, though, they had a stage in the front, it was in a front window type of thing, and then there was a band in the back upstairs. And it turns out that one of the ladies that worked for me, her fiance was in the band. And so we were there listening to them, and I was in the back talking to some of the folks on my team. And all of a sudden I hear somebody shout out, hey, where's Wendell? Where's Wendell? Get Wendell up here. I go, what in the world is this? Sure enough, the lady who worked for me went up there and said, hey, have them ask Wendell to come up and sing. So sure enough, I go up there. Now these guys are a country band. They're playing country music. And at the time, I didn't know a lot of country music, at least not by heart, not that I knew the songs or knew the words. So I said, first of all, they asked me, they said, what do you want to do? What do you want to sing? And I go, how about Back in the USSR? Do you know that? Well, I got the look from them like, And they look at each other, they're talking a little bit, and they go, yeah, I think we can do this. So sure enough, they start playing Back in the USSR. We did that song. They played it like they'd done it 20 million times. These guys were really good. I mean, they could figure out the song and just boom and go. So I said, hey, thanks, guys. That was fun. I start to get off the stage and go, no, I need to do one more. How about another one? Let's do another song. I go, okay. How about Johnny Be Good? And I got the same stare from them. I go, They look at each other. They do a little talking. They go, yeah, I think we can do Johnny Be Good. And sure enough, we did Johnny Be Good just like we had rehearsed it, 30 times before. So I can say with a clear mind, I have sang on Broadway Street in one of the honky tonks in Nashville. Might have been only for 15 minutes, but I sang. Another thing that you have to do when you come to Maine is a lobster bake. There's a place right down the street where we go. It's held at this little old country inn. And, well, it's got all the traditional fixings that you would expect. You got your lobster, you got your corn on the cob, your red potatoes, and obviously lots of melted butter. And boy, yeah, it's pretty good. And, well, you can't beat the scenery either. Again, just another relaxing day, enjoying the scenery, and a nice lobster. I've been in a number of different bands. You never really quit a band. You sort of move on from the band or take a hiatus from it because the musician community is very small and you never know when you're going to be back together again. So you never really quit a band. You just sort of, I'm going to take a little break from this band. But bands are also just group dynamics. It's a bunch of people together, all with different ideas and different ways of doing things. And, we're all amateurs. I'm not a professional, not trying to, make a career out of this. And so you got to make it fun for everybody. And sometimes the members of the group get along. Sometimes they don't get along. And, well, yeah, as I said, sometimes you end up taking a hiatus. So, I've got one gentleman that I've been with a long time. Over 20 years we've been playing together. He plays lead guitar and I do the vocal part. He's always trying to get me to play bass, but I've always said no because I just have no interest in playing an instrument. And we have a little band called the Wendell Jackson Band, and we'll go out and we'll play periodically. And maybe you saw a couple weeks ago on one of my live streams, we had a live performance at one of the local cafes in town. So that's where I play live, and we'll play live again as opportunities come up. And it's a lot of fun, but I'm also enjoying this YouTube thing too. Another thing I like about visiting up in Maine is that it's just like being at small town USA everywhere you go. There's always a festival or some type of celebration or a holiday, and they're always fun to attend. People are friendly, the food is good, and everything seems a little bit calmer here. Friends help friends, neighbors help neighbors. It's just a great time to come up and relax. As I said earlier, I've been performing for a very long time. I started singing when I was 7 or 8. I've been in theater for a long time. I stopped theater a while back because I just didn't have time for it. Those of you who are in theater will understand. It takes a lot of time, and I just wasn't able to put that much time into it, although I will say I miss it. But I have been either singing solo or singing in bands for a long time. And from the very beginning, you realize it's about the audience. It's not about you. You've got to really appreciate the audience. And you also have to give back to that audience, because without them, there's nobody for you to perform in front of. So I decided to put this newsletter together to try to say thank you to those of you who are always supporting me and saying thank you and saying, hey, good job, whether you liked it or not. So my newsletter provides you a little bit of behind-the-scenes information. I try to provide a little helpful hints that maybe you haven't heard of that I could share with you, and maybe other things that just might be fun to see and read. It's usually just a page or so, but it's my attempt to say thank you to those of you who come out every week, maybe not every week, but every other week maybe, or every so often, and say thank you and clap and encourage me on. So please consider. I'd love to have you join the newsletter. And I won't spam you. I only send one email out a month. I don't share the email with anybody, your email address with anybody. It's just my way to say thank you. So there you go. Some answers to questions that people have been asking me. I've got more, but I'll save them till another video. I'll do this again. Hopefully you like it. I liked it. It was fun talking with you. And, I'll have another video in about 2 weeks where I'm actually singing, so you can come back and actually see me singing again as opposed to just sitting here on my porch answering questions. But in the meantime, like I always say, in this world where you can choose to be anything, choose to be kind. See you in a couple weeks. And keep singing. It's fun, right? I love it. You should too. Sing loud. Let the neighbors hear you. It's a good thing. Yeah.